Hello, I'm Carmen Davenport from Black Dollar Indie, and you have tuned in to Get the Bag Business Assets and Gains, where we talk to local businesses about their successes and their challenges. Today, we have with us Miss Tasha Rush from Royal
A
Tea, a
taste of
taste
taste of
of
royalty.
royalty. Miss Tasha,
Yeah.
Miss Tasha, Miss Tasha, Miss Tasha. Listen, before we get into this thing, I just want to go on record and say the best egg rolls in Naptown.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I really want to talk about the person behind the product or service. So tell us a little bit about Tasha.
Okay, well, I'm Tasha. I have a mother of three, and I just have always had this cooking background, come from a cooking family. It's a joke that goes on in my family that Linda had Tasha cooking since she was in the high chair. Because my mother was one of those people that she always worked and hustled and stuff. So she was just like, if you want to eat, you got to learn how to cook.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was just her and I. So I did. So a lot of it just came from being taught what to do in the kitchen and then kind of going from there. So fast forward, I've always had a thing just for cooking and making people feel good or wanting you to taste this or wanting you to taste that or what have you. So kind of as I've gotten older, I just like having family around, friends around, gatherings, and always end up being the one doing the cooking. So end up going to Sunday dinner or having Sunday dinners. I like feeding people. I like seeing people reaction. I like people fellowshipping. So I just always kind of talk and spoke love through food. Kind of fast forward from that, I had a son, football player, athlete, always having the house full. Boys like to eat. I want you to cook. So that's kind of how the egg roll thing came on. He brought a recipe home one day, Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, and he was like, "Mommy, I want you to make that." I only knew one other person that had made egg rolls in the city, like made them, and that was my friend Danielle Young Jones. Shout out to her. But she had taught me over the phone just how to roll it up and what to do, and kind of from there we started making them, start making them, and then it just became where it was a thing. It became a thing so much that people started requesting them. So we just started a little business and we started
Okay.
that's kind of how the egg roll thing came along. That was
Okay.
back in 2015. I had lost a job. I didn't know what to do. And I only knew what I knew how to do was cook.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was a no brainer to me, like, okay, take a little bit of money, break it up, make a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just
Use your
like,
gifts and
and that's,
talents.
and that was the only thing that came up to me. So from there, had some losses or what have you, didn't know what I was doing, and so I ended up in culinary school.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
kind of how it came about, and I learned a different style of cooking. I did know that that wasn't my style. Like I'm not the, Chef Ramsay. I don't like all that yelling, screaming, and all that. They really do that. So I didn't like that, but it did. It taught me just kind of broaden my horizons, taught me about measurements, taught me about different things that I didn't know about because I did everything just from just knowing how to do it. So
Little pinch of this, little
so
pinch of that.
yeah, and but it was fun. It was it was a learning experience, and then I just always knew I wanted to do something with food.
Okay. And then you have a unique story of how royalty, a taste of royalty came about, right?
Yes, I do because I've always called myself royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Royalty, period, just because I do walk in my queendom. And then also my ex's name was King. I always call my kids the King kids, the royal kids. It was just always a thing.
Okay.
So with that, I always wanted to do something when I knew I had a business. I wanted to represent some type of
I love
royalty.
that. I love that.
And also my name is Tasha. It's not like Natasha for Tasha, whatever. It's just Tasha. So, people call me Chef T, T Rush, a lot of stuff just with T.
Mm-hmm.
So royalty is just Royal Tasha. So
Okay.
incorporated with I have royal kids.
Okay.
So that's all kind of incorporated on my name. So my first business was royalty rolls because I focused just on the egg rolls and royalty rolls. So everything I do would be royalty, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Then I ended up because I started getting a lot of catering requests for more than just egg rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up amending the name and calling it royalty rolls and more.
Okay, I
Yeah,
remember
so
that.
it just kind of was like, all right, a second business, but adding more items. Kind of let that business go. Things happened. My son passed away. He was the reason behind the business. So he was my help. He was on every vending scene with me every step of the way. kind of my security, kind of my like my, my sous chef, just there and wanted to be there and actually really believed in the business. And again, like I said, I wouldn't even have made my first dollar rolling my first egg roll if it wasn't for my
Your
son.
son,
So
yeah.
yeah, he was murdered in 2021 here in Indianapolis, and I kind of just lost the whole zeal for cooking. The whole love went out of it, and it just wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. I didn't think, but how they say your gifts make a way for you, it kind of just kept coming back. I left for a minute, came back to the city. I was unsure if I wanted to even get back into it or not, because I do know that I wasn't going to be here, much longer. But at the same time, it was a kind of struggle. Like, you are here. People were asking you, when are you cooking? What you doing? What's going on? It kind of just became like, I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be,
Okay.
it won't let me stop, because somebody needs a side. Somebody needs me to do something. And it never stops. So I just ended up changing the name of the business because the first business dissolved and it wouldn't let me get it back.
Got you. Okay.
When I originally started, like a long time ago, 2015, I was Royalty Creations, because I wanted to incorporate my other services as well, like bartending and everything. And I was just,
Okay.
and then the roles came on. So now it's just, I don't want to be defined by one thing. A taste of
That's
royalty is you
smart.
getting a taste of this, you getting a taste of that, and it's an
Okay.
experience.
That's smart
That it's
though.
an
That's
experience.
smart.
So if you need me for bartending services, you can get that. I'm a licensed bartender and have been for the last 12 years. If you need me for a catering event, I'm licensed to do that. So it's just, now I can do vending events. Now I can do a lot of things, from a taste of royalty.
Okay. And what would you say your biggest challenges have been just really getting in the industry and moving forward? Like, what has been your biggest
Okay,
challenge?
for me, I'm just gonna just come out and say it. I have not, or I did not take the business serious.
Mm.
I always treated it like a side hustle or something to do where I know if I needed a couple of dollars, I know what to do to get. It was just always like that. So I never treated it like an actual business,
Okay.
even though I did the proper steps to get it to be a business and I was cool with it. And I'm like, that's my little baby,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't take care of the baby. So I
Mm.
would say jumping back into it now is challenging, because people have really messed the game up by cheating, by, hustling without a license, by doing this and by
Yeah.
doing that, that it made it so much harder to obtain my license this time around. Because I had let it just dissolve the way it did. I had some tax stuff I had to get cleared up. It was
Mm.
just restarting. So now, with the help of doing the pitch contest, it just kind of regained my confidence on knowing, like, you take this seriously, you got the right people in your corner, you got the right stuff in place, you got your business plan. So now it's just getting refocused to rebrand and do it on a business scale. It's kind of just hard just because all the funding is just not there at your fingertips. You
Mm.
know,
So would you say that the funding is probably maybe the second biggest challenge that your business has had to face?
Definitely. I mean, just because it's just so much. You need everything. You need everything to get started. You need equipment. You need to get your LLC. You need to get your business insurance. You have to get things in place
Hmm.
where it's just not cooking in the kitchen. It's so
Right.
easy to just go do that. Like, I understand that part of it, but when coming and crossing over to being legit, it just makes things a little bit, like, if I could cook at home forever, I would. Just,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
not put that pressure on everything you gotta get. You gotta X, Y, and Z. Everything has to be I's dotted, T's crossed. So yes. And I would just say, getting started, you almost gotta hustle, hustle, hustle to have enough capital to get everything you need.
So you think that people have a fear of, like, people talk about loans, 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 go ahead and get loans, start your
Hmm.
business. You think there's a fear out there like, hey, I'm really not sure yet, so that might not be the way to go. And do you think that some people really like being in that side hustle mode until they get
I think
what they need?
so for me, I'm gonna say probably not a fear of loans, but just being somebody that just doesn't have all of the knowledge.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense.
That would probably be a hindrance of it. Just like, We touch in the class on building business credit, doing different things like that. If you're just totally ignorant to not knowing all of these things, it can be not necessarily fear, but just that no, I don't trust this. I don't know. And it's like I had that mindset for a long time. Now it's like whatever can come to me, I'm gonna jump on it because all I need is a
That's
chance.
right.
You know what I mean? Like just put me in the
That's
game a
right.
little bit. I know what to do, from there. But yeah, sometimes because we have messed up in the past or maybe credit's not so favorable or things like that, it just kind of starting over cannot be doesn't have to be the easiest. It doesn't have to
Mhm.
mean that you can't because delay we know is not denial, but it just kind of halts a little bit.
Okay. And the Martin Christian Center presents the 2025 Entrepreneurship Showcase, May 10th from 11 to 4 at the Frederick Douglass Park Family Center, 1616 East 25th Street. Multiple vendors selling products and services, food, fun, music, and networking. Did I mention free? Yes, it's free for the entire family. So come out and support May 10th from 11 to 4 at the Frederick Douglass Park Family Center. Sponsored by IAAQLI. So what do you think is the most important element? Somebody that wants to get into what you do, what's one of the most important things that you could tell them they really, really, really need to focus
I
on?
I would say you got to know that you want to do it as a business. You got to know if you really wanted to do this, jumping in, you have to be, to me, passionate about it and then be kind of patient with yourself.
Mm,
Like you're not going to you see these businesses coming up, like everybody doesn't have the same success story.
mm-hmm.
But I just do believe if you believe in yourself, yeah, but just take the proper channels up front. Make sure that you get your LLC. Make sure that you do everything right up front. Make sure you got you some good bookkeeping skills. Make sure you do everything right up front. That way you don't find yourself in a mess
Yeah.
later.
And then having to go back
Yeah, go
again
back,
and do it
restart, go
over.
back. This will be my third restart. And I mean, I'm okay with that because I have learned and I know what I can do because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I know what I did numbers messing up.
Mm-hmm.
I did numbers not knowing what was going on and not even taking care of it. So
Gotcha.
now that the mindset is changed, I'm ready to do whatever is on the next level of what I've already done.
Okay. Now, do you have a storefront? Are you doing a food truck? Are you in a shared kitchen? Like,
Ooh, girl,
where you at
I
now?
look. I want all of that, but starting off, I'm just in the share kitchen.
Okay.
I'm in the share kitchen. And I haven't all the way got in there yet. Contract is signed. Things have just happened. So February is supposed to be my launch month.
Okay.
In the share kitchen space, and I'm just doing caterings. A lot of caterings. I got a lot of private events. I do birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries. I just did a wedding reception. It's just been. I just did my friend's repast just Saturday
Okay.
and probably fed over 250 people. So it's been progressing. I would say my catering side has really been progressing.
Okay.
So I haven't had a lot of chance to do the pop-up restaurants and the things that I used to do that I'm looking forward to getting back into.
Okay. And then, and you said in February, will you may
Yeah,
actually
so I'm
kind of
gonna do a
venture.
few dates in February. There's a few specials I'm gonna run for Valentine's Day coming
Okay.
up. Maybe I'm gonna take a few slots for couples meals. And then for Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yep,
Now, do
it's
you
Super
do
Bowl
couples? You
time.
said couples meals. Like
Yeah,
that's popping nowadays.
that private chefing is like
It's
it
popping.
really is. You will be surprised how many people don't like to cook. So
Mm-hmm.
they're saying, come over here, cook for me, cook for my family today, or what have you. And I have a couple of customers like that, repeat customers that's what they like to do. Or you just come over here and cook, for a couple of days. So I have a couple of
Wow.
those. I like those. I like the intimacy of that too.
Okay.
I love caterings and I love being able to bring people together in fellowship and eating food. We like
Mm-hmm.
to break bread together and a lot of people do that over food. But I also like when somebody takes the time and say, I don't want to cook my meal, but I know somebody that does cook well that
Yeah.
can come and cook us some food and they invite me into their home. So I've done a few setups like that and I like that too.
Okay. And then so you'll be in a shared kitchen, you'll do some pop-ups in
Mhm.
February, but looking ahead,
Mhm.
what is the vision for a taste of royalty?
The vision is to get a food truck. I will have a food truck this year.
Okay.
2025, like I'm just not even, it's not an option, it's not optional. It's been something that I've been wanting. It's been something that has graced my fingertips and I've kind of let it fall through, just like the fear or just not
Yeah.
being ready. But now I'm ready for kind of what's to come. So that's my first thing. I want to have a mobile food truck so I can move around. I
Okay.
want to just, I don't want to have a storefront where, unless I just had the perfect location. In my mind,
Mm-hmm.
I got a perfect location. But I don't want to have a storefront yet until I'm really just want to stay stationary.
Okay.
And I will move towards that because that's when I know I'm gonna branch off. When I open my storefront here and it's good and running, and I'll go elsewhere. I
Okay.
got a couple other places. A taste of royalty needs to be too.
Okay. And then you had some, we talked previously um, about what makes a taste of royalty unique, more unique in terms of your vision, in terms of, you remember we talked about,
Yeah, well, cause me, I feel like in the city of Indianapolis, there is a shortage of good food late night
mm-hmm.
without having to go to a bar, without having to go to a fast food place, or it's only gonna be so many that's open. You
That's right.
gonna just got a few that talk about White Castle, McDonald's. I mean, okay, people eat that, but they don't have any more options
Yeah.
outside of a taco truck. I mean, people, when you sit up here and you think about, like, dang, what can I get to eat? I think it's unfair that, and I work third shift.
Okay. Okay.
Third shifters don't have a lot of options.
Mm,
So I kind of resonate with the late night crowd. I think late night people should have options to good food too.
absolutely.
So in different things, like, a taste of royalty will carry your pasta dishes from just, self pans of pasta. You can get garlic bread, you can get salad. You can have a decent meal at 2 in the
2 in the
morning.
morning.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Absolutely.
As well as you can get your egg rolls fresh dropped at that time. Or if you wanted a burger, you can get a burger. If you want breakfast, you can get breakfast. Or whatever the special is, you have a little bit more options than just saying, I'm going to your local burger joint, your taco truck, or, or having to have to deal with a lot of people and going into a loud bar or something just to pick up wings or bar food.
Okay.
Nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong with that, but I just feel like you should be able to have a little bit more variety.
In terms of kind of sort of moving into marketing, but how have you used technology or, social handles? How have you leveraged technology? How have you used that to market your
I
business?
think technology is awesome.
Uh, okay.
At this point of the game, I mean, just because we have so much at our fingertips now. So I'm not real big into the content creating and all of that things, but I'm looking forward to doing that because what I have seen is at a share of your fingertips, just by just being silly or your personality or whatever, showcasing what you do. Somebody seeing that you're cooking, somebody seeing that you're doing whatever it is you're doing. By the time you hit submit or send a button, it can get out to thousands of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And from them thousands of people, they can share it with thousands
Thousand
of
more.
people.
That's right.
And it's just because you went on a platform and you did this. Can be a gift and a curse, but as far as a business, as far as a entrepreneur, I can see how people they're capitalizing off of it. So for me, I've never went hard, but I just can make a post and say that I'm cooking something and I'll
And they
have
there.
enough people
Mm-hmm.
interested enough. I'm not saying, oh, everybody in the city is knocking down my door, but I have enough people that want my product enough to where they're going to buy it, and so much that they might sell me out. And I
Mm.
did that just by saying, you know what? I had to cook for somebody else today. I intentionally made more so I can, give to, because I have this option to, do you want this? And,
Yeah.
and, and just by sending something on Facebook, just by posting a picture on Instagram, just by sharing a message on TikTok, I just made probably triple of what I spent just by doing that, for somebody. So that, I think social media, if used correctly, can be very beneficial in anybody that's doing business.
I,
I
I
do.
definitely agree with that. And I will be in line
Yay.
I'll be in
That's it.
line
I just want
when
a
you get
chance
the
to
pop up going. I
I
will be there.
just chance to feed people. Like I did. I feel like I had a lot of missed opportunities in 24 when I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. So then in June when I did make the conscious decision to reopen the business, I said once I do so, I'm not gonna mess it up this time, or I'm gonna take it
Mm,
seriously. So I feel like everything is in position. So now we're here. We're at the start of a new year. You know, it's 2025. It's like we don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time.
mhm.
I'm 45. I always say I don't know how long I'm gonna live, but I want to make these next years my best
Oh,
years.
absolutely.
So I want to do something I love, and I want to feed people, and I want to see where my baby grows.
Yeah.
Like this is now, like I said, I lost my son, then I regained this, and I feel like this is a way to keep his legacy alive as
Mm,
well.
yeah.
It's to do well, so to actually make sure that the business does well. I care
Mm,
about it, so I want to get into a lot of the vendings this year. Like I want to do a lot of pop ups. I want to do more of that, so I can get the food truck, so I
mhm.
can end up getting a storefront, and so royalty can be everywhere.
Nationwide.
Yeah,
Nationwide.
nationwide. Yep, I actually just um sent my paperwork off to do an event in Houston.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
so I mean I don't know if I
Congratulations.
get in or I'm out yet, but I just did that. So just to kind of broaden my horizons and see where it takes me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know your son will be really, really proud, and I'm super proud of you myself.
Thank you. Thank you.
If people needed to get in touch with you, I know you said that you're not open yet, but
Mhm.
how can they find a taste of royalty? How can they find you?
Okay, I can be reached by telephone 317-779-9522. I also have an email, tasteofroyalty@gmail.com, and that's just TASTEOFROYAL, just T, not TY, at
Okay.
gmail.com. And I also have an Instagram, Taste of Royal T, and then a Facebook at Taste of Royalty.
Follow her. Make sure
Yes.
you keep in touch because when those pop ups come open, you do not want to miss it. And the last thing I want to ask
Hmm.
you is what's in your bag? What is your biggest asset or gain that you think you've gotten since you've been in business?
Just sharing
Mm,
love. I just like I said, I express love through food, and it's something that is very near and dear to me. So it's a passion, and it just so happened that it is honorable. Everybody got to eat, so I might
absolutely.
as well be a part of what everybody has to do because it's something that we got to do. My son, my only son, like he really believed in me. He really believed in me. He just, even when I was like, you got to get a job, he's like, Mom, I just want to work for you. So for
Okay.
me, my biggest asset is going to just be spreading love while making a couple dollars.
Okay. I like spreading love while making a couple
I
of
mean, that's
dollars.
just kind of where I'm at.
That's
Like
it.
that's just it. I'm ready to just kind of go and see where the next level takes me, and
Okay.
bring my personality, bring my commitment to trying to, be the best in customer service. I think, just the things that I feel like because I'm in the service industry that I see and that there's a need of, I kind of want to be the one to implement that in my business.
Okay. Well, we definitely are going to go ahead and claim all that you vision, all
Yay.
that you vision. So this time next year,
Hmm.
we will have the storefront, the food truck, the pop ups,
All that.
all of that.
All of that. Yes, we're going to speak it and
We're
believe it
going to
because
go
it can
ahead and
happen.
speak it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for coming and talking to us today, Tasha. It's
Yeah. Thank
been
you for
an
having me.
absolute pleasure. Again, make sure you follow A Taste of Royalty. Again, this is Carmen Davenport from Black Dollar Indie. Thank you for tuning in to Get the Bag, where success is in your bag.